So we're driving along the Capertee Valley, which is a canyon. It's the second largest canyon in the world. So it's wider than the Grand Canyon, but the Grand Canyon is 30 meters deeper than this one. So what you can expect to see driving through is these sorts of views, which is just beautiful. You can see the sandstone faces of the cliffs. So that's a huge escarpment over there. And it's just surrounded, as you can see, on the road in. Driving in, you'll pass the Capertee River. So to head into Coorongooba Campground, you're driving along Glen Davis Road, and so you keep continuing on. You'll get to a little T intersection and you turn right, and so you just keep following the road through. It's been a really smooth drive at the moment, paved, but I do believe it does get quite gravelly on the way in. So four-wheel drive would be great, but I guess two-wheel drive would do it further down anyway. We haven't gotten there yet, so we can't report much there. But here we go. We've got so many just nice views of the canyon, just the cliff faces. They're all sandstone, and that just surrounds the whole of this area. This is such a wide canyon. In the distance, as you're driving, you can see cliff faces for miles and miles and miles away, which is pretty cool to see. So anyway, hop back in the car and we'll continue. So you'll get to this sign. We're at the Wollemi National Park. That's where this is located. So it tells us about Coorongooba camping area, 5 k's down the road to your left. So as you're driving in, you can see a lot of old chimneys that are still standing from old houses. This used to be a Shale works mine, Shale oil works. So there's a lot of ruins. As you can see, there are some ruins in the distance. But yeah, there's the tours place. Yeah, they carry, I mean, if you go onto the Lithgow Tourism website, you can actually book some tours there. So we'll be doing one of those tomorrow. And yeah, so that's all in the distance there. So it looks like they've repaved or re-gravelled the road in. So see how these areas are paved. They obviously weren't before. So it is a smooth ride in, I would say, in comparison to what it used to be. The road is closed. It looks like they've closed the other part of the camping area, which we were going to stay at. It's closed for rehabilitation, so it will be reopening in October 2021. It would have been nice, national parks, if they advised us of this. But anyway, that's not to worry. I guess we just drove past some people that were camping on this side along the entrance here. Anyway, there's a dump point here. We didn't realise that before, which is good. Drop toilets up that way. All right, so we've just parked, leveled the van. Not a bad spot to be setting up at. Plenty of room for the kids to play. And anyway, we're gonna get sorted, so we'll open up the van and start getting stuff out. Oh, pretty amazing. You should enter in the wood chopping competition at the Easter show. Go Pete. Woo. What do you got there, Sienna?
A marshmallow.
Whoa, that's very toasted.
And hot.
Cooking up some dinner.
Chili con carne.
Chili con carne. Or it's really pronounced carne in Spanish, but we say carne. So we were going to wander off over to the other side of the campground, but it started raining on us, so we're hanging around and we're starting to get dinner ready. That looks
And I'm roasting marshmallows.
That looks pretty good. Along the other side of the campsite, so we've just gone over the barricades.
Yeah. What can you see, Linky? How many, Sandy?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
9. It's a shame this one's not open.
Drop toilets, so there are drop toilets, but apart from that, you've got to bring your water, take your rubbish with you. There's a dump point right at the entrance, which is great. But yeah, so this second area is pretty much just a round loop at the end over that way. I think there's a creek that people are able to swim in the summertime. So right at the end of the loop. But yeah, it looks like they've redone all the paths around, and looks like they're, you know, fertilizing the grass and all that sort of stuff. So I'm assuming they're getting ready for summertime. So yeah, it's quite a nice little camp area. The whole campsite is surrounded by escarpments and just beautiful rock faces from the Capertee Valley. So it's pretty stunning. In the afternoons, the sun hits the rock, it falls, and it's beautiful. So yeah, really lovely spot. And so it's nachos for dinner. Is it good? It's very good.
And the juices.
Oh, good. Okay. So that was our first day here at Glen Davis. It's been a wonderful day. We're just relaxing now by the fire. The temperature has dropped a little bit. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go over to where they do the tours. So, sorry?
Populars.
The Populars, yeah. So it's a property called the Populars, and they've got a sign out the front, and you go in pretty much, and I think it's $15.
Yeah, I've
15,
also seen, yeah.
15 for the tour. So it's just a walking tour. So you've got to dress appropriately. Obviously, if it's raining, bring a raincoat. Yeah, so we'll do that tomorrow. So that should be quite interesting. So yeah. Okay guys, I just wanted to give you a little update on our van. So what the latest thing that we've done is, because it's winter time and we're kind of in a little bit earlier than normally, say in the summertime. In the summertime we're always eating outside. Well, we ate our dinner outside, which was, we ate dinner quite early, around about 5. So it's still not as cold, but we've taken the table away from here, which has just made it, so much more spacious. So previously we had, so for those of you who have the 15-foot caravan, I don't know if you would agree, but I thought that the table was just way too big for the space. And all you pretty much had was this little hallway. So now, I mean, look, it's not that much space, you know, in addition, but at least we can sit here and, you know, hang out as a family inside when it's time to come inside, when it's way too cold outside. So I find that to be just it's just a lot better. So yeah, so that's just a little run through of the van. Tomorrow I might show you the diesel heater. So our diesel heater is situated just under this couch here. So I'll go through it all, and the exhaust pipe faces that way, which is where the awning is. I wouldn't recommend it for anyone that's going to store it here, because we didn't think of this, but you know, it's blowing out to where you sit at the awning. So if someone's sitting outside and the heater's on inside, the diesel heater's on, yeah, it's not good, because it's quite toxic, the fumes that come out of the exhaust. But anyway, that's what we ended up doing. Wasn't the best choice. We only just thought of it afterward, and but that's no drama. you know, we just have to make sure that we're not, inhaling those fumes if we were to sit out. But we mainly use the diesel heater overnight time when it's time to go to sleep, so no one's really outside. Good morning. It is bacon and eggs time. So overnight was pretty good. The temp got down, so the coldest it got to 5 degrees. So that was the temp when Pete woke up this morning and came out to get the fire on. So if you have a look, you can see the really lovely, just the light on the mountains in the distance, the cliffs. Yeah, it looks really lovely in the morning. So once that sun comes out, it will look spectacular. Keeping warm by the fire. Diesel heater's been going all night. So it was about 24 degrees in the van. It was very toasty. But yeah, it's totally needed because it's freezing. So yeah, anyway. Now, if you listen, now this wow, so that sound, this site, so on this campsite, it's a breeding site for the Regent honeyeater bird. So it's a great spot for people that like bird watching. Yeah, so that's an endangered species. So there's not many of them around. So it's just beautiful to hear that sound, and it's just lovely to hear the birds along the campsite. So the sun's completely come out now. It's not as cold now. The temp's starting to pick up. Oh, beautiful birds. So another thing is, if you're running solar in your van, make sure. So we've got the solar right there charging, as well as the solar on top of the roof in the van. So it's a good spot to sort of camp out on this side of the camp area as you drive into the right, because that's the north facing spot. So soon the sun's going to go behind that escarpment right there, so that's going to block off most of our sun for our solar. So it is good for you to make sure that you're chasing the sun with your solar panel if you've got a portable one, which is what we're using as well as the one on the roof. But yeah, so we're going to lose sun for a little bit and then obviously gain it in the afternoon. But if you can hear, those Regent honeyeater birds sound beautiful. It's just so lovely to hear an endangered species, sing along in nature. So wonderful. Okay, so as you drive out of the campsite, on your left, you'll find the sign for the Glen Davis lookout. So that gives you a view of all of the Shale mine works. So the plant that was once here 100 years ago or so. So here's a little, just some ruins as well of, what could this be? I'm not sure. Like piping or some steam. Yeah. Yeah, so it looks pretty cool. You could probably check out a few relics like these along the way. So there are some steps to go up to do the walk to get up to the lookout. So it's about, the sign said 550 metres, so it shouldn't be too bad. Now there's a better option instead of carrying you. All right, so as I said, there are a few steps, so hence no pram today, but that's okay. There's a lot of beautiful little rock boulders and stuff around, which are pretty cool to see. But it's just a nice pleasant walk. So it looks like these are man-made steps, so it's
National Parks would have done.
yeah, so national parks would have done all this, which is great, obviously, for people that are you know, struggle to sort of go up, you know, bushwalks and things like that. But yeah, anyway, good workout up these steps. So we'll see you when we get up there. Your view of the escarpment, all the cliff faces around. You're just surrounded by them. It's gorgeous. Wow. What a gorgeous view. Oh my goodness. Holy smokes. That is amazing. So as you can see in the distance, that's where we're doing the tour a little bit later on today. You can see the old Shale oil works. And as you can see also to my right, you can see there's the river that runs along it. So that's Capertee River. Yeah. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
I have a sandstone rock, and also it's got quartz in it, and also other types of rocks.
Wow.
And also I found the purple one
Yeah.
with black and grey on the back.
Wow, how amazing. So yeah, this does look very, very much like sandstone because it's quite porous.
Yeah.
There is a fair bit of sandstone along here. Good find, Sienna. Well done. It's a beautiful view of the Shale oil works. So there you can see in the distance there's also some abandoned cars. They look like, you know, 1920 cars, 1930s type cars, which is pretty cool. So that's what's left of this old Shale oil works, which would have been a, you know, booming town back then, because as we drove along the area, you could see a lot of chimneys freestanding just in the middle of, you know, farm paddocks or just paddocks out in the bush. So a lot of, obviously all the workers used to live in the vicinity and come down to the Shale oil mine works to work. So this would have been a busy town once upon a time, about 100 years ago, I'd imagine. So it's pretty cool to see a piece of history here.
That I found on the ground, and it has other stones in it, and also it has purple, yellow, and also it is a pattern, and it's kind of got a pattern on the back.
That's wonderful, Sienna. Very interesting. It's a bit of a landslide over there. I imagine that would have been quite recent. So this is what's left of the town. All right, so as you can see, a a lot of the structures that are unstable, it looks like council has reinforced them, because, I mean, not council, National Parks has reinforced them. And I guess, you know, that's probably why we're allowed here to check this place out, because it's owned by National Parks. Whereas the tours that you do over the other side, where we overlooked onto the works, that area is privately owned, so that's why they do all their tours, and you pay for the tours. So yeah, it looks like this structure's even been reinforced inside with some steel poles to keep it sort of
They put new lintels in and done new brickwork and all that.
Yeah, you can see some new brickwork in there. Yeah. But it would be really interesting, I guess, at the tour they would let us know what all of this was. Were they, yeah, because that would have been the plant, and yeah, this, who knows, but yeah, it'd be cool to read up on it and find out. But yeah, it's just absolutely amazing how we can, you know, freely come here and check out a piece of history here in the area of Glen Davis. So yeah, very, very cool. All right, so at the end of the lookout, you come to this fence, barbed wire fence. Yeah, clearly signals that it's private property beyond here. So that's where the tours are. And as you can see, that's where all the, it's more of a view of the oil works. We're just guessing here, but from when we had our trip to Nunes, there was a piece of shoal that we looked at the old pub there. And so we're assuming that this could be a piece of shoal, because obviously if they were mining for it here, there'd be a lot of it around. So I don't know if you can see that this would have been, I don't know, it sort of, from memory, it rings a bell that that's what it looks like. So I'm only having a wild guess. Comment below if I'm wrong or if I'm right. But yeah, there seems to be a lot of it around here near the Shale Works mine. So I'm assuming that that would be the case. But let me know anyway if I'm completely wrong. Yeah, so we're just heading back to the car. It's quite a short walk. It's pretty comfy. Yeah, it's not too hard. If, you know, going upstairs is a problem for you, then I would probably give it a miss. But you can have a look at the actual, the Shale Works during, you can take the tour. So, yeah, so if you can't do this walk, then you can do the tour. So you're not missing out at all. All right, for some giggles, we're going to do a cooey. As this is the canyon, I'm expecting a really cool echo to come back. But it could be a big fail. All right, are we ready, guys?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. It did come back. Pretty cool. Looks like someone's replied. It's the campers next door to us. We've just spotted them. They're in there. Oh, they've done it again.
Let me do it again.
All right, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Gotta have a sense of humour. Love it. All right, we'll carry on, and I think we're going to head to the town now, and then head back to the caravan for some lunch.
Get to the haunted town.
Haunted town, yeah. Apparently it looks like a haunted town. That's what we've read online. But anyway, we'll check it out. Check it out for ourselves. So walking down the stairs, you can hear the river just on your right hand side. It's down there. It's beautiful. So here we are at the old town, and as you can see, there's some pretty cool little old shops, and there's a lot of stuff on display. So it's a lot of the stuff that you would find in the days when this town was booming in its Shale mining industry. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, Otis Redding, sitting on the dock of the bay. Wow, a lot of old stuff.
Music, saying that stuff.
Yeah, it's a good song. Looks like there's some old measuring instruments. Pretty amazing.
Can you hear that?
The music. So I think a lot of these places, these things are privately owned. And oh, here's a picture of it when it was back in its day, when it was all open.
No. Look, see up there, there's an old milk bar, the ladies.
So there's some more memorabilia here. It's pretty amazing. There's the old, soft drink bottles and...
Dad?
So this is all dated back in the 1930s. We just read there was an old ad there, and it's all dated 1930 something. They were milkmaids, and this is where they all used to hang out. All the milkmaids. Oh look, good old cigarette ad. Ardath. Wow. Racing mixture. And some petrol there. Some Holden cars. Well, not Australian owned anymore, but back then it was. Pretty incredible. Here's another little old shop from the old town. And this one looks like it's completely shut. So, looks like it's all barricaded off. I'd say the structure's quite unstable. But yeah, look, it's a part of a house, and it's yeah, so this is the old town that people that used to work at the mine here, the Shale mine. This is obviously where people would meet and go and buy their bread, milk, or groceries, or stuff like that. So further up the road is Market Street, and that's where the other campground is. So that's the Glen Davis campground. There's showers and toilets there, whereas we only have a drop toilet at Coorongooba, if I'm pronouncing that right. So yeah, so there's a lot more shower amenities over there. So scattered along the Capertee Valley, right near the Shale mine, you can see all these old chimneys. So there's a handful scattered along here, just on your left hand side as you drive in. Yeah, so there's plenty of them. So they obviously, all the workers that used to work there obviously used to live around the vicinity, and yeah, so there were obviously houses here, and families would live here. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see, and yeah, just to have little memory of a piece of history is pretty cool. There in the distance, I don't know if you can see, there's another chimney. So yeah, they're all just plotted sparingly, sort of sporadically around the area. Imagine waking to these views each morning. All right, guys, so we're at the end of our trip. We leave tomorrow morning, so we'll probably start packing up around, say, 6-ish. just to get back to Sydney at an okay time to get ready for school, etc., work. So anyway, the trip has been wonderful at Coorongooba campsite. It's a tricky one to pronounce, but Coorongooba. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. Let me know in the comments below if I'm not. So yeah, it's been a pleasant stay. Like I said earlier, the bird life is phenomenal at certain times of the day. Mornings are just beautiful. You can hear, yeah, just gorgeous bird life around. So just things to bear in mind. Two-wheel drive is okay coming in, right? Yeah, two-wheel drive would be fine. They've repaved the path in, so I think that probably helps out. Yeah, it makes the difference. So yeah, so you've got to take away your rubbish. Make sure you take your rubbish away. No water supplied here. There's a drop toilet, no showers, no laundry, no amenities like that. So make sure you come fully prepared. You've got your water containers, etc. Yeah, so it's been overall a great trip. We're a bit disappointed that we've had to camp right here at the entrance of it. We couldn't go to the main camp area as we thought, as they are doing some rehabilitation and rejuvenation of the grass there. And you know, fair enough, that's for summertime. But it would have been nice if National Parks would have let us know before we came, just so we know what to expect. But having said that, look, the beautiful spot. We've showed you in the main camp area. That's going to look amazing for spring. So I think, yeah, once all that, because, you know, they've overturned all the soil and obviously they're putting in new grass. So we'll definitely come back for the spring. Definitely would be a place to visit. So yeah, but overall, yeah, I'd give it a thumbs up. I think this place is amazing. The cliff faces, I think, completely stunning. As you drive in, it's just amazing seeing the canyon. You're just surrounded by all of these cliff faces and the escarpments. So it is quite spectacular. So yeah, anyway, so next trip will be, we're going down to Canberra. So we're going to a place called Coorongooba Forest, which is a little snow field over near Canberra. So we'll take you along for the ride for that one. But yeah, big thumbs up. Sienna, did you like Coorongooba Campground? Yeah, it was pretty good. I think we all enjoyed ourselves.
It still hurts.
Oh, your thumb still hurts. Her thumb still hurts from Coolendal. No, not Coolendal. Barrington Tops. Barrington. Anyway. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate all your support. And yeah, again, if you have any questions about the place and anything that you need to know about camping in general or caravanning with kids, let us know in the comments below, and I'm totally okay with replying and happy to help with any questions. All right, guys, till next time, see you later.